What is Yokoten? The key to scaling improvement. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about how you can support a Kaizen or a continuous improvement culture and how you can really get the ball rolling by sharing horizontally across the company. If you're interested in that, please stay with us on this video. Yokoten is a Japanese word that literally means horizontal deployment. And it's a beautiful concept because once somebody has something figured out, we should be able to scale it. Now, let me start out by saying this. I have worked for and witnessed companies that are stuffy and won't allow continuous improvement, and companies that are sheer chaos where there are no standards whatsoever. This is how I look at it, is that effective and long-lasting continuous improvement really is the house built on the foundation of stability and standardization. Meaning you can't really improve something unless you have standards. You can't really improve something unless you have stability. So I know about the companies that are all over the place that don't have an operating manual, that are kind of Wild West cowboy, and their clients are really not happy because they're not consistent, and I don't agree with that. And I also know about companies who say, well, this is the minimum standard, but they also say, hey, this is the maximum we will allow you to go. So they're literally doing things the same way as they were 25 years ago. And I don't agree with that as well. And I believe that a true continuous improvement company will literally be like, here's the minimum standard baseline, and feel free to take it farther from there and go as high as you want, as long as it's aligned to the company vision. And these are principle-based decisions, meaning we're not just wanting a new fancy thing, or we're not just, distracted by the new shiny object. We're literally making an improvement that ties to the goal. And if we're doing that, employees should be free to take it as far as we can to be better from a people standpoint, a process standpoint, or a quality standpoint. That's where we should be. Here's how we do that. Standards. What is the minimum standard? There should be a Wikipedia, a visual board, a database that's easily accessible somewhere in the company where you can see all of the standards. At LeanTact and at Elevate and LeanBuilt, our construction company, we have all of our standards in a visual format. There's that standard, that one, that one, that one. Anybody can go grab them at any time. We constantly improve them. So I'll just give you a little trade secret for us. We have WhatsApp chats for the entire company, and we have one that says people development. And every day we take that Paul Akers visual step-by-step guide. It's beautiful. We have a format we can give you if you reach out to me. And we say step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's all visual with pictures and very few words. This is the standard, and we actually share one a day with the entire company, and it gives us an opportunity to say, is this working? Refine it, share. And so we're always making sure that we have standards. There's this really neat concept from Gina Wickman called FBA, followed by all. If somebody said, well, we have a standard for that, well, where? I don't know where that is, and they can't find it, that's not good. I'll tell you a funny story, and they did have the technology back in the day. This was when I was experimenting with the keyboards that supported your hands that were vertical like this, and they actually had a text-to-voice narration back in the day, and I would listen to text documents and have it read to me. Before I left Hensel Phelps for another opportunity, they're a great company, I literally downloaded their entire field and office guide and had this thing be read to me constantly so I knew the standards. But because other people didn't have the voice to text like I did, not everybody read it. But Hensel Phelps does the best with this, so I give them kudos. I had to find a way to make it accessible to my brain. So instead of making everybody get an app like Speechify, we make it visual and share it every day. Everybody knows instantly where to go find a standard. From there, let's talk about Yokoten. There's a couple of ways that we can implement this. Number 1, standardized sharing in construction, walking of other projects. Most of the things that I did right at the Bioscience Research Laboratory were me walking other projects that were ahead, and I would steal or use their ideas. And so I'm like, oh, I did a great job. We finished on time as a team, and I'm literally learning from everybody. So if you have a company and you have workers and you have foremen and supers, I would say standardize every month. We're going to go tour a different project and learn from each other. That's one way. Another way is the Paul Akers method, which is what we use in our company, where when you have an improvement or a best practice that's above that visual standard, then you create a before and after video that's very fast, and you can watch these now at 3 times the speed effectively. And you see these videos shared throughout the company, and it's remarkable. And what happens is that you are enabling everybody else else in the company, not only every day in the morning huddle, but every day to be able to see on these chats the improvement ideas that other people are implementing. And if it elevates a minimum standard, you then attach that video to that graphic and you update it and it gets sent out again. And so we're always upping the game when it comes to our processes. And so the question is, it's not just can we create an improvement, it's not just can we document it, but how can we share it? And one of the key things that's neat, you want people to get really fired up about this, you can 100% do little, and I'm gonna call this gamification, not necessarily incentives or rewards, but basically have neat little prizes and then a prize for the best video or the best improvement for that year, and make this like a huge celebration. And the other thing is, people like to be acknowledged. If you want to have a lean culture, have people tour the project site or come visit or see the videos, and people are like, yeah, I love sharing these things. And it starts to create this virtuous cycle, this virtuous feedback loop for continuing to make those improvements or to support your Kaizen culture. And it's through Yokoten horizontal sharing throughout the organization. These are some of the ways that I've done it. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you a couple of videos of example. I'm going to show you how we do it, give you a copy of our morning worker huddle, and then also share a couple of videos for when I did some learning when I was a superintendent at DPR. Fantastic stuff. But if you have any questions, please reach out, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. On we go.